Hey guys, welcome one more time. Hola chicos, bienvenidos una vez más. Hoy vamos a estar hablando de dating in Dubai. Today we're going to be talking about romance and dating in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates in general. On the background, I love gaming, so I'm gonna be playing some Cyberpunk 2077. But I'm gonna be speaking to you about one of the things that people ask me the most in the bar. Si no lo sabes, soy bartender y una de las cosas que más me preguntan detrás del bar es las mismas, incluso las mujeres, lo difícil que es encontrar pareja o lo complicado que puede ser encontrar pareja en Emiratos Árabes Unidos. One of the main reasons, and this is the first step that we're going to speak about, it's the age. So, una de las primeras cosas de las que vamos a hablar y por qué puede ser complicado para algunas personas encontrar pareja en Emiratos es la edad. So, let me tell you something. This is especially going for guys. Guys, if you are 20, 21 years old, it's gonna be really hard for you to find a girl to fix on you. Why? I mean, no, I'm not talking about a girl that you want to find to just party around, I'm talking about a girl that wants you, has a boyfriend to stay with you. And I know a lot of you are looking for this, are looking for romance, are looking for a relationship. Yo sé que muchos de ustedes están buscando eso, un romance, una relación. Y la edad va a definir muchísimo si una mujer te mira como un novio o si te mira solamente como un amante, como una aventura. De nuevo, soy bartender. Again, I'm a bartender. I see this every day behind the bar. I see a lot of women going for only one night stand with men and it's normalized here. De nuevo, trabajo detrás del bar y veo muchísimas mujeres que lo único que quieren es tener una aventura, saciar su soledad y dejar después al hombre quemado. Después los ves en el bar borrachos hablando de fulanita, llorando por fulanita y fulanita lo único que hace, que lo que hizo fue utilizarlo. Then you will see guys like this in the bar crying or sobbing about I don't know who. And what she did with him was only use him. It happens a lot. So if you're a guy and you're looking for a girlfriend and you live here in the UAE, one of the first things, age. If you are in your late 30s, like maybe she will look at you like a potential boyfriend, even like a potential husband, of course, because that's the idea of being in a relationship, right? So si estás aquí en Emiratos y andas sobre los 30 años, puede que sí, una mujer se acerca a ti y te vea como un novio potencial, como un potencial incluso esposo, que es el final de estar en una relación, al final, ¿no? De empezar a salir, to start dating in general. The problem is that many people are not here to stay, and that is the second step. Muchas personas no están aquí para quedarse, y ese es el segundo tema. La mayoría de las personas que están en Emiratos Árabes Unidos, y yo solo conozco Dubái y Abu Dhabi, que son los lugares donde más es fácil encontrar empleo, la mayoría de las personas que están en Emiratos Árabes Unidos están de paso. La mayoría no pasan del año, digamos que un 50% no llegan al año viviendo aquí, trabajando. Casi todos después de un año se van, ya han ahorrado lo suficiente o no les funcionó este país y saltan para otro país. Most people living here, they will only be here for like a year. Most people I know, they are not, I met when I arrived here, they are not here anymore. They already moved to another country because they saved enough money to do whatever they want to do, or because they couldn't handle it, because it's actually hard. Like in my industry, in hospitality, you can see so hard a lot of people give up. So it's not only hospitality, any industry. People are here to be here only for the time period of the contract. Las personas están aquí por el periodo de tiempo a veces que le dura un contrato. Las personas no se mudan a este país a quedarse aquí hasta que se hagan viejos. De hecho, el país no te lo permite. Actually, the country, it's not like it's enticing you to do that. The country is enticing you to come here for a short time, save money, and leave. It's not enticing you. It's not giving you a passport. It's not giving you like a citizenship so you can stay for a longer time. So that's a big problem when we talk about relationships. Because if you think about it, almost everybody here is coming for the experience or only to save a certain amount of money to start a business, to do something, and move. When things are like that, it's really hard to establish connections. Cuando las cosas son así, es muy difícil establecer conexiones emocionales. So even friendships are hard to establish. And you need someone here because it gets lonely. So that's one of the main things, the way the country is structured right now. The labor market here is structured like that. El mercado laboral aquí está estructurado así. Está estructurado para que te pases unos añitos trabajando. Máximo, las personas se pasan aquí 7 años. Los que se pasan muchos años, 10. Pero esos son casos muy raros. Maximum people will be here 5 years. And in very, very, very strange cases, you will see someone that is here 7, 10 years. But those are really, really extreme cases and it almost never happens. So, obviously, when we're talking about a long-term relationship, how can you be long-term if nobody here is staying long-term? O sea, ¿cómo puedes tener una relación a largo plazo si aquí nadie se va a quedar un largo plazo? Esa es otra de las cosas. Entonces vamos por ahí. La edad es lo primero, que cuando tienes 20 y pico de años, ya seas hombre o mujer, y no es solo Emiratos Árabes Unidos. En el mundo entero hoy en día, las personas que están entre los 20, los 27 e incluso un poquito más, lo que están buscando es vivir experiencias, experimentar, no están buscando asentarse. Y esa edad se extiende cada año más, porque antes una mujer con 25 años que no estaba casada estaba bien, no pasaba nada. O sea, ahora. Pero hace 10 años, una muchacha de 25, una mujer de 25 que no estuviera casada, eso era ya razón para levantar las cejas y preguntarte qué pasa contigo, por qué no te has casado aún, por qué aún no tienes planes de tener hijos, ¿verdad? So, what I was saying in Spanish is like, 10 years ago, a girl was 25 years old and she's not married. And that was already a lot of people asking questions and eyebrows being lifted up like what's going on? Is there something wrong with you? How come you're not married with 25 years old? Don't you have any plans like to get married? Like what's going on there? Is there something wrong? Not now. Ahora no. Ahora eso no sucede así. Y todos lo sabemos. Ahora sabemos que una muchacha con 25 años es muy raro que ya esté dispuesta a entrar en una relación. ¿Entiendes? Es muy difícil. It's really hard for a 25-year-old girl nowadays to be able to settle down. To just say, okay, this is what I stay. So that's not only UAE, eso no es solo en Emiratos Árabes Unidos, it's not only Dubai, no es solo en Dubai, it's everywhere in the world, es en cualquier parte del mundo. O sea, eso es un fenómeno del que podemos hablar. Ahí tienen el chat, por favor, si quieren comentar, si quieren preguntarme algo, porque es un tema que podemos debatir mucho. Sí hay personas más tradicionales que están buscando eso, incluso así de jóvenes. There are traditional people who are, more traditional minded people that are looking for something like that, even with 25 years old, but it's not normal. It's not normal nowadays. So you have age has the first problem, and then you have the way the country works. People are not here to stay. Third thing, la tercera cosa, and this third thing, from my perspective, and remember, man, people in the bar, they speak too much. Recuerden eso, las personas cuando están en un bar hablan demasiado, te cuentan toda su vida aunque no te conozcan, incluso a veces no tienen alcohol en la mano, pero yo creo que hemos asumido que todos los bartenders son psicólogos. I'm just saying that people in the bar, they tell you all the stories, which is something that we enjoy actually as bartenders, because we feel like we are your therapists, even if sometimes there is some alcohol involved. So the other problem, and a big problem here, is the separation of the people by nationality, race, and social class. And this happens everywhere in the world, of course. La otra separación grande que hay es por raza, nacionalidad y clase social. Y por supuesto que esto sucede en el mundo entero. Yo he visto gente desesperada por conocer, qué sé yo, a esta mujer X, pero esta mujer X es rusa y tú eres indio, ya, se acabó, ahí se acabó el romance. So I've seen people desperate to meet like this lady, but this lady happens to be from Russia and you are from India, romance is over. There's nothing to talk. And then you see he's a good guy and she's a good girl, and maybe they will meet and maybe they will even make a nice couple, but they don't even give each other the chance. And I see that a lot with Filipinos, an example. The Filipino ladies, they have a hard time actually finding a European boyfriend. And it's not that they are looking for Europeans to date. It's like maybe you like that guy and that guy happens to be European. Even if you are a really nice lady, maybe you are the best lady he ever met, he will probably don't look at you. Las muchachas, por ejemplo, por poner un ejemplo cualquiera de Filipinas, tienen muchos problemas, por ejemplo, para estar con alguien que sea europeo. Y no es que estén en las Filipinas buscando a los europeos, es que, por ejemplo, tú como filipina te enamoraste de un europeo y tú sabes que esa relación es muy poco probable. Incluso si tú eres probablemente la mejor mujer que se le ha parecido en su vida, o viceversa, o hubieran hecho una pareja genial, no funciona. No funciona porque no, porque los cubanos realmente no vivimos eso, estamos demasiado mezclados. Tenemos muchísimos prejuicios hoy en día. So it doesn't work because of prejudging people. Like even before you know them, you see them, you listen to them talking, you see the accent, and you already are wondering they are from this place, and maybe because they are from this place they are like this and this and this. Lo que digo es que a veces ves a una persona de lejos y solo por su acento, solo por la manera en la que se ve, ya estás juzgando y diciendo, no me acerco a esta persona porque si es de esta nacionalidad, probablemente es así, así y así. Y así he visto un montón de gente buena, tanto hombres como mujeres, que vienen a sentarse en la barra a decir, no sé qué estoy haciendo mal porque no encuentro pareja. Y realmente si quisiera conocer a alguien, y no estoy hablando de algo de una noche, estoy hablando de que quiero salir vine aquí, vivo aquí, trabajo aquí, quiero establecer una relación romántica con alguien que no sea una cosa de una noche, quiero tener una pareja, quiero tener una historia de amor. Les cuesta muchísimo trabajo empezando por ahí, porque si se salen de su comunidad, ya les es muy difícil establecer una relación. So what I'm saying is, a lot of people, they come to the bar, and I'm talking about women and men alike. They come to the bar and they tell you, I really want to find someone special, someone to have a relationship with, and not just one night stands. I really want to have like a love story, which I think is something everybody wants. Everybody wants to live a love story. But it starts there. The moment you see that person is from another culture that is not yours, another nationality, another language, another way of thinking, which is real, that we all think different depending on where we come from. The moment they see that, they back out. And then those same people are in the bar telling you, I cannot find someone. And I say, no, man, the problem is people are not burgers. So yo veo eso mucho en el bar, que las personas vienen a decirte algo como, no encuentro a nadie. Y son las primeras personas que juzgan y que discriminan tanto por la nacionalidad, como por la raza, como por la cultura, incluso por la religión. This kind of people, you will see them always like, I want a girl like this, like this, with that. And that's not how it works. Not only in the UAE, anywhere in the world. Tú ves a las personas pidiendo pareja como si fuera una hamburguesa. Quiero una mujer así, alta, rubia, que sepa, no sé, que le guste la literatura, que le gusten los videojuegos. Y las personas no son hamburguesas. Así es como tú pides una hamburguesa en un restaurante, pero la vida no funciona así. En la vida tú conoces personas y ninguna persona va a tener todas las cosas que tú quieres. Y eso de hecho es lo interesante. Encontrar a alguien que rompa tus esquemas y así todo sentirte atraído por esa persona. Ahí es el momento de explorar, es el momento de sentir cosas nuevas, de descubrir cosas nuevas que a lo mejor a ti no te gustan, pero a ella sí. So what I'm saying is, people are not burgers, because when you go to McDonald's, you can order your burger however you like it. I want this burger with this topping and this topping and this topping, but that's not how life works. If you are a millionaire and you want to buy your plastic girlfriend, go ahead. But if you are a normal person and you're struggling right now because you cannot find love, if that's the way to say it nowadays, I can't find love. You cannot find love because you put too many requirements for it, man. Or you put too many requirements for it, girl, because it goes both ways. You want a girl that looks like this, that likes this, that goes to these places, that talks like that comes from this specific kind of family. You are the one putting the brakes. You are the one putting the brakes, not them. You are the one screwing it up. And I was saying, it's actually interesting to find people that are different from you. People that you never met before. People that are not what you're looking for or what you were waiting for. Because those people will teach you new stuff about life. Stuff you didn't like. Maybe now you listen to a new kind of music. Maybe now you go to different places you didn't used to go before. Just because you were brave and you said, let me stop prejudging everyone, and actually exploring people because everybody is interesting. Todas las personas son interesantes. Déjenme decirles eso como un consejo para la vida. Yo solo tengo 31 años, pero he vivido una vida bastante intensa y me parece que por eso puedo atreverme a dar consejos a personas que anden sobre los 20 o 25 años. Conozcan personas raras, hagan cosas nuevas, sálganse de su zona de confort, sobre todo en este tema de las parejas. No se encierren en yo no salgo con alguien de una nacionalidad, yo no salgo con alguien que no hable este idioma, yo no salgo con alguien de esa religión, porque tú nunca sabes qué hay detrás. Detrás de todo ese personaje hay un ser humano. So what I'm saying is, never block yourself, because a lot of people do that. Like, I will not date someone from this religion. I will not date someone from this skin color, from this nationality, from this set of language skills, maybe. That's not how it goes, because that is just a character that they have to play for society, you know? Because society is requiring them to play that character, but behind that character, there is always a human being, and that human being is always very similar to you, way more than you think. So those are the three main problems I see here in UAE. The first one will be age. The second one will be the way this country is structured, like you don't stay for a long time here. And the third one is this kind of discrimination that we have between each other. O sea, esos son los tres problemas que veo. La edad, la forma en la que está estructurado el país, que las personas, la mayoría, no vienen a quedarse aquí por un tiempo muy largo. Lean against the car. Oh, wow. Wait. How do I lean against the car? Son esas tres cosas: edad, cómo está estructurado el país y la discriminación que tenemos entre nosotros mismos. No salgo con esta persona porque no luce como yo esperaba, porque no es como mis padres la aprobarían. Y ahí también viene la cuarta, que es la más complicada de hablar. Es una de las que me gustaría no tener que tocarlo, pero es un tema que es inevitable tocarlo hoy en día, y es el racismo. So there is a fourth point that I wish I didn't have to talk about this, because it's uncomfortable for me to talk about it, but it's racism. A lot of people are racist, and this advice can go to you living in the UAE, or it can go to anyone living anywhere. Racism is a big deal nowadays. It's a huge deal nowadays, especially when people are picking couples. Like, I've seen a lot of guys fall in love with the girl, with the probably the right girl for him, but then she doesn't have the necessary skin color to make his parents happy. The relationship will not even start, or it will never go over the initial phase, just because she's from that race. And then it happens the same with girls, like, with guys. Like, you see, like, hey, this guy is amazing for you, he's very good to you, he's everything you were looking for, actually. Why won't you date him? No, because my parents won't allow it. Because back home, if I take a black guy, I will be a problem. Back home, if I take a white guy, that will be a problem. So, and it happens to every race. I'm not saying there is nobody has the losing hand here, because there is racism everywhere in the world. That's the four biggest problems that you have here in UAE. But going back to the age, and this goes for girls and boys alike. Usually, and this is normal, this is not up to you, it's not up to your maturity. Usually, people don't take you seriously when you're too young. Like, I'm in a relationship right now, but I'm 31 years old. Let's imagine for a second that I was single and that I was looking for someone special. So, digamos, por ejemplo, que ahora yo tengo una relación, pero yo tengo 31 años. Digamos, pongamos el ejemplo de que yo estuviera soltero y de que yo estuviera buscando pareja. Sería muy difícil y muy remoto y casi imposible que yo me fije en una muchacha de 20 años. Sería casi, es algo que no haría para una relación seria, para una relación formal, para formalizar algo y trabajar juntos y volvernos un equipo. Yo no escogería una muchacha de 20 años, por muy madura que sea, porque lo que pasa ahí, what happens there is that, I wouldn't pick a 20-year-old, for I don't care how mature she is. 20 is just 3 years away from 17. That lady, she was a teenager 3 years ago. Her mind is not ready yet for a relationship like that. She needs to explore a lot. It doesn't matter if she had the toughest life, the hardest life. She's not mature enough to enter because she doesn't even know herself. Lo que estoy diciendo es que una persona de 20 años todavía, por muy dura que haya sido su vida, por muchas cosas que haya vivido, todavía no tiene la madurez para empezar una relación que pueda durar toda la vida. Y si ustedes conocen a alguien que empezó su relación con 20 años y después de 10 años la sigue con la misma persona y de verdad son felices, díganmelo en los comentarios. Preséntenme a esa persona porque yo no la he conocido. De la generación de nuestros padres sí, porque pensaban de otra manera. Y recuerden que ya tengo 30 años, así que estamos hablando de personas de 1960. Las personas que nacían en esos años, 1950 y pico, 1960, de esas personas sí yo puedo ver relaciones que empiezan a los 10 y pico, 20 años y duran toda la vida. Pero nosotros ahora, los que nacimos del 90 para acá, del 2000 para acá, eso no es realista. So I'm saying maybe for the generation of my parents, and I'm talking about people born in the 1960s, maybe for them, you see relationships that they started with 20 years, 20-something years, and then they lasted the whole life. But it's not normal. It's not normal at all. Like, it's not something that you see nowadays. Like, if you know someone like that, put it in the comments. Introduce me to these people, because that will be so interesting. I will even probably interview them, because it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen anymore. It's not working like that anymore. It's a really big deal, the problem with age. And for guys also, y para los hombres también. Si tú eres un hombre de 21 años, las mujeres saben que tú no estás para nada serio. Las mujeres no son estúpidas. Las mujeres lo saben. No estoy hablando de inteligencia. La tipa más bruta. ¿Qué pasó? Se cerró esta historia. Bueno, pues nos quedamos nosotros aquí. Aquí nos quedamos. La tipa más bruta sabe muy bien que un muchacho de 21 años no está buscando una relación formal y no sirve para una relación formal porque está tan perdido como estaría una muchacha de 21 años. So I'm saying, even the less intelligent woman you have met in your life, she knows that if you are in your 20s, come on, man, you're not ready for anything. You're not ready for a relationship. That's why they won't pick you, because you're still too young. So you work in a nightclub. This is an example. Actually, one of my colleagues, he's 20-something, and he was always telling me, like, how can I get a girlfriend? And I'm like, bro, you're 21. Don't. It's not only that you can't, it's that you shouldn't, because you're not ready for that, because you need to experience a lot of shit first. You need to live, because everybody knows that investing in a relationship with someone in their early 20s is a waste of time. Todas las personas saben que invertir en una relación con alguien que está sobre los 20 años es una pérdida de tiempo. No quiere decir que no puedan ser felices, no quiere decir que no puedan enamorarse, no quiere decir que no vaya a funcionar. Pero en el fondo tú sabes que una muchacha de 20 años no está buscando eso, ni está preparada para eso. Claro que tú puedes, como decimos los cubanos, enredarla, pero eso es perder tu tiempo y hacerla que ella pierda el tiempo. Las mujeres hoy en día empiezan a buscar relaciones ya serias después de los 25 años. Women nowadays, they start looking for serious commitment after 25 years old. Of course, we have exceptions. Like an example, this is a Muslim country. And you know, in the Muslim religion, it's like kind of mandatory to get married. You know, you shouldn't even be dating without being married. So maybe inside that religion you find some woman that even before 25 years old they are already looking for a husband, not even boyfriend, husband, maybe, but it's not even all of them. And I know a lot of them. It's not even all of them. I'm telling you. Ni siquiera en este país, esto es un país musulmán y es costumbre casarte, bueno, debería ser parte de la tradición casarte lo antes posible, formar familia, tener un esposo, no estar saliendo. Tú no deberías ni siquiera estar yendo a citas si no estás casado. Y puede que una de esas mujeres, uno de esos hombres, entonces tengan una mentalidad o un objetivo diferente en la vida, que sea incluso antes de los 25 ya buscar a la persona con la que se va a quedar toda la vida. Pero no es normal. Te repito que no es algo no es algo que se vea mucho, y te lo digo porque conozco musulmanes y me dicen, hombres y mujeres por igual, y me dicen lo mismo, no es un problema de mi religión o no, yo sí voy a respetar mi religión y me voy a casar con una mujer y esa va a ser mi esposo y voy a tener mis hijos y todo, pero quiero vivir, porque ellos ven cómo funciona el mundo. They also see how the world is working now. They also see that women now are giving birth with 40 years, which is not even recommended by doctors, but it's a standard nowadays. Like 30 something, even 40 is normal. It's a normal age for giving birth nowadays. 30 y pico, 40 años hoy en día es una edad normal para parir. Aunque de nuevo no está recomendado ni siquiera por los doctores, pero se ha ido extendiendo la cosa. That's why the younger you are, the harder it is for you to find someone to be with you, to invest in a relationship with you. So don't feel like you're being rejected. Don't feel like you are a loser. Don't feel like you are ugly or something like that. Because in most cases, that is not what's going on. What's going on is you're too young. So even if you want a stable relationship, well, what you will end up getting is one night stands, is a short relationships like 1 month, 3 months. You will get stuff like that. But don't think about falling in love now, because even if it happens to you, and I'm talking about this country, even if it happens to you, it's very strange. First, you're too young. People will not invest in you. Second, people are not here to stay. They are only here for a period of time and then they will leave. And they know that even when they start a friendship with you. And third, you have the race and the nationalist problem. Even I've seen people that they are white, the other person is white, their parents are racist, but it's okay because she's white, but she's from this certain nationality. I'm not going to say which one. This certain nationality doesn't match with this one because of story, because of war, because of culture, because of religion. We don't like it. We don't like it, and some people will not go for it. Lo que digo es, hay veces que, dije, hay un problema con el racismo, ¿no? Incluso así, vas a ver personas que eres blanco tú, es blanco ella, tus padres y los padres de ella estarían de acuerdo, pero son ellas de una nacionalidad que a lo mejor tus padres no la aceptan por guerras, por historia, por cultura, por religión. Sucede todo el tiempo. Y eso hace que sea más difícil todavía establecer una relación, buscar una persona con la quien tomárselo en serio. So, my advice to you guys is to not make it personal. Don't take it personal. Don't make it about you, man, because it's not about you at all. It's not about you also, woman. It's not about you. You don't have anything wrong. You don't have to change anything about you. I mean, we all need to improve ourselves as much as we can, but that's not what I'm talking about. People are so desperate to find love, and I do like this because they don't know you don't have the maturity to know what that really means. But people are so desperate to fall in love that they start even doubting themselves. Las personas a veces aquí están tan desesperadas por compañía, por encontrar el amor, y hago lo de las comillas porque hasta cierta edad tú ni siquiera entiendes lo que es realmente el amor y cuál es su diferencia con la pasión. Las personas están desesperadas por eso que incluso empiezan a cuestionarse cosas sobre ellos mismos y empiezan a preguntarse si hay cosas que deberían cambiar de ellos mismos. Y eso, let me adjust this here. Wait. No. Let me just leave it like this. Y empiezan a cuestionarse, qué está pasando, qué me falta, qué está mal en mí, qué debería cambiar. Incluso, por supuesto, empiezan a mirar cosas como el tema del dinero. Empiezan a preguntarse, por ejemplo, ¿será que no tengo suficiente dinero? ¿Será que el mundo hoy funciona así? So, what I'm saying is, people start doubting themselves to an extreme that sometimes they think maybe it's about money. Like they would say something like, maybe I don't have enough money, because nowadays you see that a guy with money can get any girl, but that doesn't really work like that. That doesn't work exactly like it looks from outside. Eso no funciona así tan sencillo. Eso no funciona tan sencillo como se ve desde afuera. Sobre todo en un país como este, donde cada cual puede buscarse la vida, donde cada cual puede resolverse su propio dinero, su propia prosperidad, su propia libertad y tener su propia economía. I'm saying it doesn't work like that. It looks like that from the outside, but it doesn't really work like that. Like, of course, if you are a millionaire, you can throw a party every day with 2 million bitches or whatever. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, go ahead. But that's not what we're talking about in this life. What we're talking about is finding love, creating relationship, a real relationship, not something based on money. So it's not that simple. Just because you have a lot of money suddenly, yes, you will have a lot of people lining up to be with you. Of course, yes, it will be like that every time. But that doesn't mean you're getting closer to finding that person that you want to be with, that person that will be your soulmate. That doesn't mean that. So don't get obsessed with money. Lo que digo es que tengas mucho dinero, por ejemplo, por supuesto, que te va a aumentar el número de pretendientes, le diría yo. Ya seas mujer o hombre, eso cambia las cosas, eso altera las cosas aquí y en cualquier país del mundo. Pero eso no significa que te estés acercando a encontrar a esa persona que necesitas, a esa persona que puede ser el amor de tu vida, la persona con la que te vas a quedar el resto de tu vida. Porque el dinero no llena a nadie. El dinero, money doesn't make you full. Money buys food, a lot of food, but it will not make you full. And I'm talking about your soul. It will not make you full. Most couples that start up together because of money, they end up, they get divorced. Look it up. This is a statistic. It's not something I'm just guessing. It's a statistic, and I don't need to read the statistics because it's what I've seen my whole life. O sea, lo que digo es que no tengo que leer las estadísticas. Yo sé, son estadísticas, pero casi todas las personas, todas las parejas que empiezan basadas en un interés monetario, terminan rompiendo, terminan divorciándose. Un momento, déjenme poner el GTA 5, a ver si lo podemos jugar. Espero que les esté sirviendo el stream hasta ahora. De nuevo les digo, again, I hope the stream is working. This stream is helping you. I hope you're listening and learning something. But go ahead and write in the comments whatever you think. What do you think about this? Because for me, I see a lot of you, and I am happy to give you advice. But I see a lot of you that you are so lost, and you come to the bar for advice because you know it's a good place to come. You know we are people that we bartenders. We have a lot of social life. We know a lot of people. We see how things move around, and maybe sometimes that's why you think maybe these guys they will have the answer. Especially a guy like me that I'm 31 years old, so probably yes, probably I do have the answer. Not to everything, but to a lot of things. Let me. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's play GTA 5 because Cyberpunk is not working correctly. As you can see, it crashed. Vamos a jugar un rato GTA 5 porque pudieron ver que este no funciona. El Cyberpunk 2077 no funciona. Ya que estamos aquí, déjame aprovechar y compartir. ¿Qué le pasa? Esto está súper lento. Discúlpame. I'm sorry.